and welcome to TutorABC special session, Basic Grammar. And today we're going to talk about comparatives and superlatives. Yes, that's right. Now, first of all, let me explain something, is that it's really not that hard, okay? We're talking about comparatives and superlatives. Most of you already know what they are, and you already know the rules of adding ER, EST, or more and most. The thing is, though, you know that, but a lot of people don't really use them correctly in a sentence, okay? And today, I'm going to teach you how to use them in everyday speech, okay? Most of my grammar really isn't focused on grammar, okay? I want to change a fact. The fact that too many people think grammar is important, but you don't know how to use it in daily conversation, and I'm going to change that. Well, first of all, of course, let's make sure that you know what's a comparative and a superlative. First of all, the comparative is the form of an adjective or adverb, okay? So remember that a comparative can be an adjective or an adverb, which denotes the degree or grade by which a person, thing, or an other entity has a property or a quality greater or less an extent than that of another. I don't understand what they're talking about. Anyways, a comparative is an adjective or adverb that puts something in comparison with another thing. Okay? For example, we all know the word big. Okay? Big is an adjective. Okay? Now, when we say something is big, we mean it's big. But if we say bigger, we are comparing something to another thing. Okay? And most of the time, it means that the subject is bigger than the object. But is it really big? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, okay? Bigger does not equal to big, okay? In comparison, when you take two things, yes, one is bigger, the other one is smaller. But is it really big? Maybe not. All right? That's what we call a comparative. Superlative, okay, of an adjective or adverb, again, it can be an adjective or adverb, is the greatest form of adjective or adverb, meaning it's at the top. It's the number one, okay, which indicates that something has some feature to a greater degree than anything it's being compared to in a given context. Very important, okay, to a greater degree than anything, it is being compared to in a given context. Okay, so again, a superlative, most of the time, we're saying that something is the best. Something is number one of a group that we compare things to. Okay? Don't worry, I'll explain it later as we explain the grammar. Okay? So here are the comparatives rules. Most of the time, we add an ER to the adjective. Okay? Big, bigger. Small, smaller. Cheap, cheaper. Nice, nicer. Large, larger. Narrow, narrower. Pretty, prettier. Ugly, uglier. Blah, 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 blah. That's very easy. I just want to remind you of two things. Two things. First of all, let's look at big and bigger. Have you noticed there are two G's? Two. Why? Why two G's? Let me explain. Because the I is a short vowel. Okay? Because the I is a short vowel. Big. Okay? Because the pronunciation is a short vowel, so we must have B-I-G-G-E-R. Okay? All right? That's why we have two G's. Okay? It's the same thing as swim. Swim. Swimmer. Okay, because the I is a short vowel, so it becomes two N's. Now you're going to say, well, Chris, that's an I again. Give me another example. Okay, no problem. H-O-T, hot.